and make them do the do-si-do. I got the two-tone. I feel like Thanos in this. I'm too. I be like, then I'm gone. I be like, then I'm gone. Then the drum. Leave me alone. I be on these minds in they head just like a comb. I'm too grown. I'm too on. I'm too rich and I'm too. What the is you on? Get the.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Well, now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The guard pair form: Gilgeous-Alexander and Williams. Adebayo is out there with Holmgren. And it's Porter at the 3 slot. And for the Pelicans, in the guard spots, it'll be Murray and McCollum. Trey Murphy is out there with Zion Williamson. And it's Messi in at center. So, Coach, thinking about Zion Williamson and his impact on the game. Sometimes his playmaking can be overlooked a little bit.
Yeah, Kevin, this guy is really unselfish. And I think Zion actually relishes setting up teammates for shots more than he likes to score. He knows he's going to draw a lot of attention, and he creates shots for his team.
Just hearing you talk, I know you really like him, even personally, don't you? You love him as a player, but personally you like him.
Just a great person.
And the Pelicans with possession here, following the score by Oklahoma City. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. One on Holmgren.
Yeah, you have to really appreciate Williamson's fire and tenacity on the court. Players like him get everyone to increase their intensity.
Great, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill is obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Oklahoma City called for the foul.
Well, with his length, Murray creates a lot of problems for opposing defenses, especially in the paint.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Heels checked in. Stan, you know this. Every team wants those 3-and-D wing types. This Pelicans team is loaded with them.
Yeah, Kevin, they love those type of guys. Long, athletic guys who can defend, and they either come in being able to shoot the 3, or they develop them into three-point shooters, and it shows in the numbers. Last year they were 4th in three-point percentage, 7th in defensive rating. Those are key metrics. Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Murray. Here's Williams. Messi grabs the rebound. New Orleans with the ball. Here's Williamson on the money from 12 feet away.
Well, that's something that Zion continues to work on, and it will only help his game moving forward.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Williamson, the pass to Murray. With 4 seconds on the clock, and it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. No good there. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Pelicans lead by 2.
6. The Thunder 4.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
All right, and now you want to see them sustain this relentlessness for the entire game because it's clearly paying off.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
A bad attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. So for Oklahoma City right now, Walker Kessler is out there with Chet Holmgren. And it's Alex Caruso. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward position. There's 1:26 left to play here in the half. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot from the wing.
Well, staying on top of shooters is something Caruso does very well. He can be a real bother on the defensive end.
Robinson Earls checked in for New Orleans. And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. The shot from the low post is good. Holmgren's got the lead up to 2 now for the Thunder.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're hitting some momentum, some confidence. Nice play.
And it's sent back by Kessler.
Oh, big Walker Kessler. That is how you use your size.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Outside, Jones. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
What a smart play by Jones. Staying with his motion and just letting the defense come and foul it.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Walker Kessler. Michael Porter comes in for Holmgren. Fields checked in for Isaiah Joe. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Wiggins. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Caruso. Scoreless thus far.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Knocks it loose. Here's Robinson Earl. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even score.
Your Pelicans.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K, a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. Some good moments from both. That about
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Stan, I could talk about coaching with you from morning till night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not get him as many shots, things like that, and there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star. Very different. In the guard spots, it'll be Murray and McCollum. Zion Williamson is out there with Trey Murphy. And it's Messi in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
And Greg, despite not winning Rookie of the Year, Holmgren had a historic start to his career.
And he would have won the award most seasons, but he obviously had some stiff competition. Regardless, he proved to be a versatile big man with star potential.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for New Orleans. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Joe's checked in. Oklahoma City leading by 3. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Williams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points in the quarter.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
And now a chance to take a look at the numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander. Last season, he played outstanding and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And looking back at his number 2 steal rate, yeah, he did gamble a little bit, you're right. But he also played some hard-nosed on-ball defense, and that was key. Here's Alvarado, covered by Joe, and it's Alvarado missing.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And at 6'10", Porter is a threat to score inside, which is why the defense is trying to rough him up a bit.
Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. And Porter drops them both. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. To halt the run, and it's finished off inside by McCollum. McCollum's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, he's not just a perimeter threat. McCollum is also skilled at finding ways to score inside.
Joe with it to the inside. Holmgren, and he can't jam it through. And so it's Oklahoma City in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been at
the Thunder, 22.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. The guards there for Gilgeous-Alexander and Williams. Holmgren is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Porter at the 3.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Here's Murray. And Adebayo sends it back. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Got a hand on it. Williams against Murray. Over Williams. And the rejection by Holmgren. The pass to Murray. He's off on that one. Williams with the defensive effort. And so Adebayo will bring it up for Oklahoma City. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Thunder.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year. And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, he was the catalyst for them tonight. Played a great all-around game, and you could see his teammates feeding off his energy.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Pass to Adebayo. They get it back. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Alvarado. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. It's in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road.
We was out in traffic with that. Now on static, king of tragic. Told them that want no get so drastic. Shaka be that thing, he got magic. I don't, cause they too fake. I put Boogie, I'm recording off of too fake. For a roommate, I called her, told her, say it's too late. I remember having on that E-way. 922 call, I do a down, she using eBay. OTF, I use it each way. OTF, HETF with new lay. I used to ride the 4, the ops was on the 2 tray. Don't call my phone no more, you not my boo thing. Don't call my phone no more, I'm having mood swings. Riding with that, that's my goonie. I be in my zone, I'm in my 2-3. I used to thought I was loopy. It's me and rockin' dirt, too deep. And yeah, we
coming up next, the Nuggets taking on the Pacers. For the Nuggets, it's been a tough road for this team so far. But tonight, they'll have the energy of the crowd on their side, and they'll look to ride it to victory. Pacers, Nuggets, and back in a moment for the tip. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation. And now Indiana's starting group. Toppin at the 4 and Turner at the 5. Devin Booker out there with Halliburton. And it's Moody in at small forward. And for Denver, Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Murray out there with Lou Dort. And it's Brown in at the 3. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
Here's Halliburton. Pass to Moody. Rebounded by Denver. Dort, left side. Comes up empty, down low. And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. They get it back. And 1:01 left in the first. Booker, the pass to Toppin. Gordon pulls it in. The Nuggets have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Dort outside. Outside Murray. Launches it. Oh, Denver gets it back. Jokic. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Jokic is an absolute beast. He does it all at the offensive end. Scoring, passing, rebounding. He stuffs the stat sheet in a big way.
Halliburton, the pass to Turner. The 3-ball. Jokic grabs the board.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
And he gets the bucket. Jokic has got his second basket on the night.
Really hard to move Jokic off the blocks. He's tough down there.
3-pointer, Halliburton. And Indiana misses again. Gordon finds Murray. 11 feet out. The shot no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 2. And the second quarter about to... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And from what you've seen from the Nuggets, what's your take so far?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
On the court for the Pacers, Thomas Bryant out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Cole Anthony. Then there's Grayson Allen. And it's Mathurin in at the 3 spot. Westbrook against Anthony. Here's Strawther. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Anthony outside. Launches a 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound. And so it's Westbrook who will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They're coming off a loss against Miami.
Just a tough road loss. They're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
Pass to Strother. And he goes in for the dunk.
Simply one of the better passers around. Westbrook's so good at finding his guys.
It's Anthony on the take. And Anthony slams it in.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here. That free throw misses. Clark, it's been great to see the Nuggets as a perennial powerhouse these past few years.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get a guy like Nikola Jokic. I mean, he's a game changer, and what a joy to watch. Took a long time for them to finally get to the place where they can win that first title, but usually teams don't become champions overnight. It's a process. Now everybody's scared of them.
Over to the left wing from the arc. Brown's shot is good.
They appear to be a lot more confident to me now, putting that rough first quarter well behind them.
Outside Booker. Shoots over Westbrook. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Jokic off the bounce. Yep, that one goes. Jokic has got 6 points.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Denver up 4. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They led by 2 after the first. And that does it for our...
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You look at Nikola Jokic, what a contribution.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Luguentz Dort out there with Murray. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015, for much of his career with the team. He's endured the trade rumors. He said, I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy. And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Brian, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you.
Yeah, known as one of the game's most talented scorers, Booker is locked in on wanting to compete for championships.
Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A. Because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success.
Here's Booker. Knocks down the step-back J.
When he decides he wants to take it to the bucket, it's really hard for anyone to slow him down.
Booker against Dort. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Dort with a steal. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
That's his second personal.
It's going to be on Tyrese Halliburton.
And when healthy, Murray is a force. A force to be reckoned with because he can go get baskets against tough defense, and he can also make plays for others.
So Indiana ends up going with a new group.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Denver leading by 8. Watson passes to Murray. Here's Strother. Puts up a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Strother's got 5 now.
With maturity comes greater patience, understanding how to play smarter. Murray keeps his options open and finds a teammate who's gotten free.
Now a timeout called by Indiana. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is. And every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Well, I tell you what, Jamal Murray's so good at rocking his defender to sleep as he's setting up that pull-up jumper. Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Pacers foul.
All the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Jamal Murray.
And Murray drops them both.
On the floor, Murray is electrifying. I mean, he delivers relentless effort, and it keeps his whole squad energized and engaged.
Here's Mathurin. Back to Kuminga. Beyond the arc. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Denver closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. That's why they're up. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Toppin at the 4 and Turner at the 5. Halliburton is out there with Devin Booker, and it's Moody in at the 3.
Jokic is able to play through contact and seems unstoppable when he's that close to the hole.
Here's Halliburton. Turner passes to Moody. Three-pointer off the mark. No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
Booker surveying the D. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter.
The quickness from Booker makes him hard to defend inside.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Nuggets.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
You know, the defense has given them that shot, and they've knocked it down consistently, and that's been a real key factor for them tonight.
Offensive rebound. Here's Jokic. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Moses Moody.
Such a threat to score. Jokic taking advantage of the defense, being a little overzealous that time.
With lots of prime seasons ahead of him, Clark, Nikola Jokic already has multiple MVPs and a championship.
It is an incredible resume already, that's for sure, B.A. I think he's got a chance to get into that top 10, maybe top 5 all-time conversation. But he's special, and what a joy to watch. Never seems to be overexerting himself, but he's making impact at both ends of the floor. He's extremely special as a basketball player.
Booker for 3. Offensive rebound. Back to Moody. Halliburton outside. Just 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And it's out of bounds. Still Denver's ball.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
From 13, Anthony grabs the board. Bryant finds Allen. Mathurin against Jordan. And it's Mathurin missing. So no problem for Denver as they get the win. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yeah, so true. They put on a show here at home. and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence too.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
Nikola, I heard the fans chanting for you, saying MVP. How special is that?
I think it's funny, to be honest. I think that there's a better player than me that's going to win an MVP. I'm just trying to play really good team basketball. That's all I'm trying to do.
MVP talks? That's just funny talk to Nikola, guys.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports.